Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is for you, wherever you are. I'm Nick Endacott Gibb. Thanks for tuning in to Tiny Festival TV, the weekly show that brings you live performances selected from the video vaults of Tiny Festival sessions, a once a month pop-up show I run at the Garden Bar in Hove. If you've never been, just along Portland Road, first Thursday of the month, I guarantee you'll have a brilliant time. I guarantee it. I book the best emerging and established artists I can find locally and around the South Coast, and it's all for the love of keeping music live. Real music, real passion. That's what it's all about. We've got to support grassroots music. We've got to go out and see bands. Keep it going, because if there's no audience, there's no artist. I'll also be featuring over the coming weeks interviews with some of the artists and also some unplugged live sessions here on Tiny Festival TV as well. This week, my first choice is the lovely Mia Child, a local Brighton-based singer-songwriter who produces electro-pop vibes in her own studio here in Brighton, but she performed her songs acoustically for us in 2021. This is the lovely Mia Child.
Everything is much harder now, and all I am isn't enough somehow. I don't wanna know what I've lost. Everything has been washed away, and all I have isn't enough today. I don't wanna know what I've lost. And this trembling, and this trembling, everything has been taken back, and all I am has been turned to black. I don't wanna know what I've lost. And this trembling, and this trembling, you don't wanna know, 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 'cause it hurts. Oh. Thank you.
Are such haunting vocals. You really should check out her produced stuff though on Bandcamp. It's really, really well done, really good. She does it all herself and it's really powerful. I love it. She'll be back on the Tiny Festival stage in early 2024, so watch out for her. Next up, I've chosen the amazingly stunning Amy Palmer. She blew everyone away with her incredible talent and stage persona. I really see her going places, so judge for yourself. This is Amy Palmer with I'm Yours.
Our love's the sweetest wine, me and you till the end of time. You know just what I like, baby. After all that we've been through, still stuck around 'cause I knew nobody would hold me down like you do. When I'm with you, boy, my aura shines, 'cause you are my new reason to smile. Said you're patient with me, love me old style, 'cause you are mine and baby, you know I'm yours, baby. I'm yours, baby. You know I'm yours, baby. Till the end of time, till the end of time. Kiss me soft like velvet dreams. Your arms are mine, that's all I need. Forever you, that's guaranteed, baby. Laying back in our white silk sheets, golden rays, tranquility. Listening to old school R&B, like Mariah, you're my fantasy. When I'm with you, boy, my aura shines, 'cause you are my new reason to smile. Oh. You're patient with me, love me old style, and you are mine and baby, you know I'm yours, baby. I'm yours, baby. You know I'm yours, baby. Till the end of time, till the end of time. Baby, I'm yours. Ooh, baby, I'm yours. Ooh. Thank you.
Wow, such a great artist. I'd be really surprised if she doesn't make it big. She has all the ingredients for major stardom, so keep an eye on Amy Palmer. Look out, world. Well, I'll be back in part 2 with an exclusive interview and live unplugged session with my headline artist, David Burnage. So don't go away, don't go anywhere. Grab a drink, grab a snack, pet your dog, stroke your pussy if you got one. I'll see you after the break. Welcome back to Tiny Festival TV. This week I spoke to the incredibly talented singer-songwriter David Burnage in an exclusive interview and live unplugged session at his home on the South Coast. Well, hello everybody. I am on the South Coast, very kindly invited by David Burnage at his palatial home, and here we are. Hello David, how are you?
I'm good, thank you, Nick. Yes.
Shall I call you Dave? Or is it David?
I mean, David sounds a little bit fancy. Let's go with that.
David.
Yeah.
So Dave, so yeah, tell me, David, what have you been doing? I last saw you. It was a while ago, wasn't it? Was it a year ago now? I don't know, maybe
something like that. Yeah.
You played for Tiny Festival Sessions, which was great. It's when I met you. It was a great set. It was, you had your brother on cajon, didn't you? And another guy on guitar.
Yeah.
Is that your band?
So, well, that was a little bit of like an acoustic three-piece. So yeah, usually it's a four-piece. But yeah, Rob's still playing bass for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that wasn't the full outfit, but
Yeah, it sounded really good. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
We've got to get you back, please.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Maybe as the full band with drums and everything.
Yeah,
Do
that
a
sounds
headline
great.
slot or something. That'd be
We'll be
good.
up for that.
So, have you released anything since then, or have you been up to anything in the studio? What have you been doing writing wise since then?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's been a lot going on. I can't quite remember when we saw you, but yeah, last year at some point.
Probably November, I think, or something like that,
Yeah.
wasn't it? I think, yeah.
So yeah, I've released 3 singles this year. I've got another one coming out 10th of November, Chained Up, which will be the 4th one. And
Great.
then I've got sort of 3 more in the works lined up to sort of be coming out. So
Yeah,
they'll be sort of, I guess, end of this year, start of next year, they'll be out, hopefully.
yeah,
So yeah, just releasing lots, recording lots.
yeah.
A few gigs and festivals this year. We did Good Vibration Society Festival,
Cool, yeah,
which
yeah.
we did last year, which was super cool, lots of fun. And then just like some live session stuff, just kind of like content for social media, that kind of thing, just trying to get stuff out there, you know.
Yeah, and that's all full band stuff, is it? It's not, because I know you've had recordings out and you do stuff on your solo type stuff as well, but is this all band, like the band? David Burnage band?
Yeah, I guess, it's I'm very lucky to be working with the band and the boys who are kind of there, very supportive and very invested and part of the team. I mean, I'm sort of, it's nice to kind of do some solo acoustic stuff and to have the band as well and have the full sound. So sometimes do a few gigs just me or with the band. Same thing with the sort of live sessions and performances and stuff.
And do you go to a studio to do that in sort of local studio?
Well, actually, I do it myself. So
cool.
I've got a little bit of I've got a home studio set up. So I record it. I use my dad's warehouse. We've got a little bit of like a live kind of room down there.
Sounds great.
So that's where we practice, and we sort of record like the drums down there as well. And then so I record it, and then I'm mixing it as well. So it's a lot of learning as I go, making mistakes and that, but it's like
The best way
I'm
to
all
do
for
it. To build up your knowledge and everything. Have you been recording other people as well, or is it mainly this is just for yourself?
Yeah, it's mainly just me. I've done a couple of things for. There's another artist, Jack Peel. I've done some recording for him as well a little bit. And in the past I've done a few bits and bobs, but mainly it's just for me.
Do you feel that you want to sort of branch out a bit and produce other people and record other people?
I would be
at
up for
some
that.
point.
Yeah, I think it'd be a fun thing to do, and I think it'd be nice to sort of make some music without the kind of subjective kind of attitude to just to sort of take something that's completely fresh. I've got no connection to it, and just objectively make decisions and kind of just a fresh palette kind of thing, I guess.
So when you're writing stuff, do you find that you'll come out with the idea on a guitar, bit of a melody, get some lyrics together and get sort of a structure, and then take it to the band and see what they can do? Or how does it work then with the drums and everything
I mean, usually what I'll do is I'll write the song, and then I'll kind of come up with like a fully fledged kind of demo, and I'll sort of come up with the parts basically.
Right,
that's usually the way. I mean, sometimes I might kind of like I'll have a scratch track, me and the guitar, send it to the guitarist, send it to my brother Rob or something, just see what they can come up with. But a lot of the time it is just if I've got the song there, I'll just come up with an idea. But usually they got some room to kind of actually develop it, and actually I'll send it to them, and they kind of will bring it to life a little bit more and kind of solidify it.
That's the best way, really, isn't it? Sort of get a structure together, get sort of an idea together, but don't say learn this and learn that. It's got to be the same. And then you're recording or rehearsing it. It's like, no, you're meant to be doing a roll there, or that's ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, I know some people do, work like that, but I like the idea of, just the idea, isn't it? And then they can then be their own musicians within the song, can't they?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I can kind of be quite, sort of specific. Like, we really want that to be like this. but I think on the whole, I am open to
Yeah.
ideas and that, because at the end of the day, you know, I'm not a drummer. I'm not a bassist.
No,
like
right. But you've got the ideas in your head, or you got the idea of the groove.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, and
Yeah.
I do know what I want as well a
Yeah.
lot of the time. So, which I think is a good thing. Can be a bad thing as well.
I know what you mean. I'm pretty similar. Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to step back sometimes and let other people actually, you know, even if you don't think necessarily at the beginning, no, I don't think that's going to change the song too much, or it's not quite what I had in mind. Give it a bit of time to breathe, and then you could find actually I hadn't thought of that, and because it's alien at the beginning, because you had this idea down, you can sort of right at the beginning think, I don't think that's right.
Yeah.
But learning to be open enough to say, well, yeah, I'll sit on it for a bit. You know, don't say no straight away. And let those other inspirations and other, you know, because they've all got in a band, they've all got their own influences and styles. If it doesn't sound right to you, it doesn't mean it's wrong. So to give it a little bit of time to sit. And sometimes it can actually be like, actually that I'm now really inspired more to evolve the songs slightly a little bit different, and now it's all going to be so much better because of that idea, whereas initially you think, no, that's not what I did at all, you know.
Yeah, I think it's a skill to kind of develop and sort of give a little bit of the kind of control away and sort of being a little bit more open.
Yeah.
And I think it's important as well to kind of to be inclusive of the band, of the musicians, because, you know, they want to have they want to be part of it, and they want to put their stamp on it as well. Yes. Which is like, of course, you know.
Do you record anything when you're rehearsing, or do you get a recorder going just to get something that may happen that you could then work on or think about later on?
Not really, to be honest, no. I mean, because usually rehearsals are just kind of, right, we've got a gig coming up, or we've got a session coming up, so it's like, we just crack on with the songs.
Can you be as long as you want at your dad's warehouse?
Yeah.
Well, that's good then.
Which is very fortunate, and it's obviously not paying like ridiculous prices to use a room. Like,
no trouble with neighbours or anything like that.
No,
so quite soundproofed.
Well, not really, but it's basically kind of like it's kind of I don't know the word for it, but it's kind of like an industrial kind of estate kind of area. So there's a lot of geezers down there and working like blokes, you know, like MOT people and sort of scrapyards and stuff. So it's a bit of a strange environment to be making music and to be singing about my feelings, but
Well, that's what I was going to ask you actually. Your songs are quite heartfelt, quite from your heart, aren't they? And quite soul exposing in a way, aren't they? You know, you work very well with lyrics and to express sort of how you're feeling. Would you say that your songwriting has evolved into this very lyrical expression, or have you always been like that?
No, I think it has evolved. I think when I first started writing, it was for the sake of writing a song and to have a song and to play music. So it was writing songs that the lyrics didn't mean much. They weren't personal. It was just, that sounds good, that rhymes, let's have that.
Yeah.
And then I think that from there, and then sort of on my journey of songwriting, it kind of, I learned how to kind of use it to actually express myself and actually have a meaning in what I was doing, what I was writing.
Yeah.
I've
never been like that. I'm more music. I write music and melody. Other people write lyrics first and then get music to it, but I've always been music first and music and melody, you know. Would you say you write the lyrics first, or is that something that still comes after you've got some chords down and that?
I mean, I don't think there's ever really sort of one approach that I have. I mean, I think usually it'll be, I'll grab a guitar, I'll sit down, and there'll be some sort of melody or chord that comes at the same time with the lyric. I'll just sort of maybe mess around with a chord progression, then something comes out, and then I've got that kind of the idea of the lyric and the sort of the chord progression. and then that kind of works for a little bit. I can have a bit of fun with that, come up with something, but it always gets to the point where I kind of need to sit down with a notebook and just kind of just write based on the kind of lyric and the idea that I had, just kind of expand on it and see what words and lyrics come out.
Yeah. Is it always about real life experiences, or are some of them made up as a fantasy of something, or that kind of thing?
I mean, yeah. Usually it's all a personal kind of story, personal expression, or just or things that I've experienced or observed.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a few songs in the past that just kind of
made up story,
fiction kind of. Or kind of like dramatization of something that's happened to me or someone. Yeah. But I always think the best way is definitely coming from the heart and coming from the truth. Like for me, that is songwriting, and a lot of the time I don't see that much point in writing if it's without that weight and that meaning,
that depth.
For me, that's the value I have in songwriting, is that kind of approach.
And I think people feel that too, don't they? I think generally, if you're writing about something that you really feel about strongly, or there's emotion behind that, and there's reality behind that, and truth, like you say, truth behind it. And I think people can tell, can't they? It comes across in a song, I think, when it's real like that.
Yeah, and I think that that comes probably from the kind of the folk influence and the kind of like my appreciation for that kind of music as well. Yeah. Just that honesty. Yeah.
Who would you say is your, who influences you the most?
I mean, I'm a big fan of kind of like the early kind of Coldplay stuff. Yeah. Mumford & Sons in general. Like those two bands, I guess, they're kind of they got me into writing songs. They were kind of the big sort of influences and heroes, I guess. But I mean, I'm a fan of sort of Dermot Kennedy, who's kind of he's good at kind of bringing that natural kind of acoustic singer-songwriter stuff with kind of a bit more electronic stuff, a bit more that modern kind of production, I guess. Yeah. But kind of older people as well, like Leonard Cohen. Yeah. Big fan of his music and his poetry as well. Probably his poetry more than his music, to be honest. Yeah.
Are you a bit of a poet?
I mean, I'm not going to say so myself, but
you sort of have to be, really, don't you? I suppose if writing the sort of songs that you do.
Yeah. No, I would say that I am. And I explore writing poetry as well a little bit. I've not really put anything out, but I think through writing music and writing very lyrical, focused songs, I was like, okay. And being into sort of Leonard Cohen and sort of poetry and stuff, it's like I gave it a go, and so I kind of and it was interesting, sort of just looking at the word rather than having that music, having the attachment to music and that sort of the pair of them. Just actually, let's strip that away. Let's just have the words. Yeah. And that's something I'm still exploring is poetry and just writing.
Sounds good. Yeah. Thanks, David. I've been here with David Burnage, and he's going to be performing an unplugged live acoustic for Tiny Festival TV. This is All the Same.
And hide and seek is you and me. If you lose count, don't find me. And can we keep the games we play alive as the sun dies? I'm holding on to times we've had. I'm dreading the daybreak. I'm more than memories, we're more than friends, and we miss what we had, miss what won't last. You're going away, why is goodbye so hard to say? With the end where the now becomes the then. And I know we don't say it, but I love you all the same. And there'll always be a place inside my heart with your name. And when you come back we can start where we left, we can start again. Or maybe we're too proud to say I love you all the same. A silent sadness, there's no use in fighting it, but I still lose a tear, holding in there for the last time in a long time. I savor what's left before I'm left alone again. If only I could harness hands of time, I would freeze this forever. I'm more than memories, I'm more than friends, you see. It's heavy on the heart, I'm delaying departure, you're going away. How I had feared for this day, with the end where the now becomes the then. And I know we don't say it, but I love you all the same. And there'll always be a place inside my heart with your name. And when you come back we can start where we left, we can start again. Or maybe we're too proud to say, but I love you all the same. And it feels like I've known you for all of my life. You comfort my strife, and I miss you when you're gone. There's a reflection of me that I see in you, with all of the good and none of the blue. It hints at hope that I could change, but don't you change. Won't you please stay the same, please stay the same. And I know we don't say it, but I love you all the same. And there'll always be a place inside my heart with your name. And when you come back we can start where we left, we can start again. Or maybe we're too proud to say I love you all the same.
Well, that's all we have time for this week. I'll be back with a brand new season of Tiny Festival TV in 2024. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Nick Endacott Gibb. This is Tiny Festival TV. See you soon.